Welcome back to my next playthrough series. Yes, we're back to Thunderstone Quest, and this time it's Chapter 2, which I believe is a Kickstarter exclusive. You can't get it in retail, I don't think, which is bizarre. But anyway, there you have it. We're going to be playing as the Battle Mage this time, Prestige class. And we're doing the Barricades mode again, so let's take a little quick look here at our Battle Mage. So to level up, we have to defeat a level 1 or higher monster with a wielded weapon and magic. So a combination that'll let us level up once, or we can level up once or twice if we defeat a level 3 monster with a spell, a wielded weapon, and more magic than regular damage. And if we get this gold symbol once per turn, remove a marauding monster when you gain a rank in this Prestige class. So here's all of the extra abilities as we rank up, possibly. So that's what we're going to be playing, is the Battle Mage. And we will take a quick look. So here we are. I'm going to put him over in the player mat. Take a quick look at all of the cards. And yes, when you're playing solo, you're supposed to, I think, only have 2 heroes and limited resources. Like I said in my previous playthroughs, I just put everything out because, again, you only have so many turns. It doesn't really make any difference anyway. Alright, I'm going to take a quick look at all of the cards. These are all the randomizers, so we're going to look at all the cards that are set up for this first playthrough. And actually, before we do that, I'm just going to flash up the story so that you can have a look. If you want to read through it, you can. I'm not going to read through the whole thing. But there is a backstory to each of these chapters. I should have mentioned that before. So I'm going to come right back. I'm going to flash that up, and you're going to have a look at the story. Basically, the Queen's, Elven Queen's gone kind of nuts in a nutshell, but you can read it if you want to. So here it is. Alright, so I'm going to try and get this in camera for a little bit. So this is the story. Total Eclipse of the Sun is the Chapter 2, and Into the Forest is basically the backstory. So if you want to pause on that and read through all of the text, it actually lays out the story of why we're here, what's happening, and so forth. So anyway, there's that. If you want to check that out. And now we're going to start taking a look at all of the cards available to us. So we have Lightning Bolt doing 2 damage. In the dungeon, you can choose a monster whose level is less than or equal to your highest wizard. Cancel its before battle abilities, and this gives us a light. So we have Lightning Bolt, we have Nature's Fury. The dungeon, from the top of your deck, discard a number of cards equal to the combined level of all your wizards. Draw one of the discarded cards, giving you a light. I like that. We have the Arcane Torch. It's a spell. You get magic attack equal to your highest wizard's level plus 1. Pretty cool. And then we have the Punching Dagger doing a damage. You need 3 strength to wield it. -1 for halflings. A +2 attack for heroes wielding another weapon with a dagger in its title. So if you use the Punching Dagger and a regular dagger, you'll get +2 damage on top of it. This would be 3. That's actually pretty good. We have a Quarterstaff. This hero cannot wield other weapons. +1 damage for heroes with 6 or more strength. And it costs basically very little to use. Strength-wise, we have the Longbow this time. The dungeon, exchange the monsters in 2 adjacent dungeon rooms. Diagonal is not adjacent. So you can flip monsters in dungeon rooms. Cost you 5 strength to use this one, though, doing 2 damage. Now onto the items. We have the Elven Ring, a magic item. In the dungeon, discard 2 cards from your deck, +1 additional card for each of your elves. Draw one of the discarded cards. So really, I kind of like that's kind of cool too. We have the Wand of Light. It's a magic item equal, so light is equal to your cleric's level, a wizard's level, or a rogue's level -1. So it just gives you light depending on who's using it. And on to our 4 heroes. We have Syphilist, elf, fighter hero. So we just basically basic attack. We have Erringall, halfling rogue hero. He gets light at level 2 and as a dagger specialist. And we have Gendarm, got all these names. Anyway, magic attack, dwarf wizard hero. Uses secret dwarven magic to empower your weapons. And then we have Felon, an elf cleric wizard hero. Felon can shapeshift forms depending on the situation. I think she can be a jaguar or I forget what else, a wolf maybe. And then the monsters we're going to be facing. Level 1 are twisted creatures. They're beasts. Level 2 is foundational keepers. These ogres attack as soon as they refill the dungeon, but not at game setup. So yeah, And then finally, the level 3 monsters are corrupted centaurs. They're each susceptible to a particular class, but resilient against others. And that's basically all of the cards we're going to be using for Chapter 1 of our playthrough, which is called Into the Forest. All right, we're going to go over to our play area. We're going to take one turn this episode, kind of get back into the game. But we'll take a look over in the dungeon area as well, and our player area. We'll take a quick look here at what the lair is, who we're gunning for, and that's the Guardian of the Sun's lair. Of course, we can't actually attack the Guardian until this flips over, and it will flip over when we go to turn 9, because once you go from 8 to 9, you flip the card over. And then we'll look at these abilities as we roll the dice. You've got Grind, Grind the Hero, and Malfunction. And we're going to be rolling 1 die for the first 3 turns, and then we're going to start rolling 2 dice, 3. Yeah, it's all bad. So this is the guy we're trying to defeat. Ultimately, we have centaurs in the 3rd level of the dungeon. We'll get into the dungeon specifics when we go to the dungeon. I think we'll do that at that point in time. So let's go over to the player area, and we're going to drop 6 cards for our first hand. Alright, so I have a 12 card Barricades starting hand, which has a couple of cards swapped out. If you play the regular multiplayer game, you have different cards. So again, we've played Barricades mode 3 different times on the channel here, so you'll recognize these cards. Alright, 6 cards, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. And yes, the first thing we have to do is roll the die on the Guardians of the Sun's lair, but we'll take a look at our cards first. So we got Joba, we have a dagger, we have the Thunderstone staff, we have a couple of adventurers, another Thunderstone staff. So we can do a total of 1, 2, 3 damage only. Not the best, but we could go to the marketplace where we can draw a card. So this is going to be our hand, and you can see we have no damage on us, so our hand size is 6. Alright, let's go and roll the die for the beginning of the turn. And yes, this will be horrific, because all of these lair monsters are terrible. So roll the die, we get, oh man. Alright, well, that's 2 marauding monsters are heading towards the town right to start off the game. Alright, marauding monsters, 2 of them. I just like to use little D&D minis. I'll put them here. A couple of goblins coming in to ransack the town. But now we can go to town, because how the game works is you have a village phase, and then you can go to the dungeon. In the village you can heal a wound, you can buy 1 card, you can level up 1 hero, and there you have it. And you can go to the different locations. There's a temple to do extra healing. Shop at Arcane Wonders, you could spend 10 gold to pick up a treasure card. You can go to the marketplace, draw a card, which is probably what we're going to do. You can go to the bazaar and buy the goods. You can buy iron rations, lanterns, or potions of healing. And those are the locations you can go to. Or the guild's quarters. Hero can level up instead of leveling up as spoils. So, the hero you level up in the village this turn may instead be leveled up as spoils. So you can level up after you go to the dungeon. Alright, so our battle mage here, little D&D mini from God knows when, 2005 or 6 or 7, somewhere in there. We are going to go to the marketplace. That's our standard practice. That means we get to draw a card. We get another adventurer. So now we basically have 4 attack, 2 light, and Joba, which means we can level up one of these guys at the end. But of course, we don't have any experience. And if you have no experience, you can't level anybody up, because but Joba does say her level up a hero paying its cost. If they're a 0 level, instead you pay nothing. So we have, what do we have for gold in town? We have 2, 4, 6, we have 7 gold. So let's figure out what we want to pay for 7 gold. This hero is actually 7 gold. I think we might want to start off by getting a hero right off the bat. So for our 7 gold, I'm going to purchase this guy. Of course, he goes into our discard. He's just a straight up 2 attack, 4 strength. Boom! Into our discard pile. Alright, we have no wounds to heal. We purchased our 1 card. We've gone to the marketplace. And now it is time to go to the dungeon. So I'm going to have to take a closer look at the dungeon and see what it is we want to do with our hand. Alright, so I'm kind of going to use this area here to lay my cards down. So we're going to the dungeon. So we have an adventurer, and an adventurer geared with a dagger. If we live by a 0, you get to draw a card. So he's a 0 level character. So we get to draw a card for that. So we get another one, another adventure. Alright, so we have 1, 2, we have 3, 4. We basically have 5 attack, and these give us a couple of light. So we have 5 attack. Joba lets us level up a character at the end of the battle in the dungeon, which is cool. Alright, so we basically have, what did I say, 5 attack, 2 light. Let's go to the dungeon and see what we want to take on. Alright, it looks like we have 2 pretty good options here. We can take out the Dire Rat. We have 5 regular attack. This is 2 magic resistance. We can take out the Dire Rat. We get a lantern, and we get 1 experience and a treasure card. Wow. And if we could also take out this guy, he's got +1 physical defense, but we have 5 attack. You could take out the Dire Wolf. We take a wound, get 3 experience. And then you can buy a weapon or spell afterwards for +1 gold. We don't have any gold left, so I think we're going to go ahead and take this guy out. So our battle mage comes in here. Yeah, taking this guy down. And let's take a look at the card again. So we wipe him out. He's worth an experience and a treasure card. So let's go ahead and get our spoils. This guy is out of here. So our spoils are, we get 1 light, and here's the treasure card deck. We'll grab the top card of the treasure card deck. We get that, and we get 1 experience for taking him out. So that's everything we get for taking out the Dire Rat. I believe we did everything. And now we've got to go back to town. We've got some stuff to do. And we had 2 Marauders coming in. Because we took out a level 1 creature, 1 Marauder is defeated. But we will take a hit to the town with the other Marauder. Alright, we're going to go back to town. I guess I'll put the spoils back on our location here. And we get a treasure card. What's this treasure card? We end up getting, when you gain this card, destroy it to gain an experience and 1 of each gear token. Oh, nice. Alright, so we're going to turf that. So we're going to get a lantern, healing potion, and an iron rations, and we also get another experience. Right on. Alright, let's go back to town. We got lots of stuff to do yet for the rest of this turn. But before we pop back to town, let's repopulate the dungeon room with a Dire Bat. Ooh, just 2. What does it say? Immune to edged weapons unless it is from a hero wielding a bow. Oh, wow. And 2 magical resistance. Oh boy, that's that might be tough to take out. All right, over we go back to town to wrap up our turn, and we've got a Marauder coming in. All right, so to wrap up our turn, we do have Joba, and it means spoils. Level up a hero paying this at the end of a battle. So we're just going to level up one of our level 0. So they go out of the game, like turfed. They're just starter cards, and we get to grab any 1 character. And I think we're going to go ahead and we're going to get this. No, we're not going to get this guy. We're going to get the Druid. The Druid's pretty cool because you can lose 5 strength, basically has no strength. Jaguar form gives a light and 1 physical attack, and Hyena form is 2 physical attack. Or you can just leave her as 2 and 2 strength and wield a weapon with no attack because Druid. So cool, we get that to level up. And alright, that's going to be, and we're going to be discarding all of our cards. However, we do have 1 Marauder coming into town, and they're going to try and sack something. So we have the little Marauder bag full of 20 tokens, 5 for each location. So which location did they ransack? The Bazaar. Alright, the Bazaar gets 1 hit. Now, if you get all locations full of hits, like 4 hits for every location, you lose the game. That's how you lose. So, and in a single player solo game, we have to defeat the Guardian of the Sun's Lair to defeat him twice. And he's going to be tough. Alright, what else did I have to do? Did we level up? If we defeat a 1+ monster with a wielded weapon and magic. Well, unfortunately, we didn't. All we had was regular attacks. So we didn't have any magic to defeat a level 1 creature, which means we don't get to level up our battle mage. He's still at 0 level. Alright, let's take one quick look at the player area, and then we're going to drop our hand for next episode, and I think we're going to wrap it up for today. Alright, so looking at all of our goods, we do have 2 lanterns now giving us 1 light each. Iron rations you can use for 1 gold or give it a hero 2 strength, and a healing potion, of course, lets you heal a wound, a single wound. Alright, we will be drawing up 6 cards. We have 2 experience now. 6 cards for our next hand. 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm going to have to shuffle. So we have an adventure, a dagger, and we get Bree. And I'm going to shuffle the discard. I'm going to do that off screen, and then we're going to be drawing up a couple of more. All right, cards have been shuffled, and a couple of more. We're going to get Joba. Oh, that's cool. So when we go back to the dungeon again, and we get a dagger. And we have Bree this time, so we're going to be able to re-roll 1 die if we want to. So that's going to be our hand for next time. All right, we're going to go back to the main board, and we're going to wrap it up for today. I've got limited time. Like I said, I'm going to try my best to get videos out as quickly as possible. Probably not going to be every day, but I'll see what I can do. All right, to the main board, and we're wrapping up our episode for today. All right, well, we're going to wrap it up here today. Like I said, I'm going to try and get these episodes out as quickly as I can, but I'm super busy at the moment, so I don't know if I can pull that off. Please bear with me. So thanks so much for watching along. Make sure comments, subscriptions, likes. This is Thunderstone Quest, and we're playing Total Eclipse the Sun, and it's part 1, Into the Forest. We're going to see if we can defeat that Guardian of the Sun's lair eventually. Maybe. We'll see. So thanks so much. I'll see you, I was going to say tomorrow, but I'm not sure. We'll see you next time for the continuation.